Yes, it's true. You read that thumbnail right. I'm on page one of Airbnb 81.77% of the time. 82% of the time in the last 7 days, I've been on ranked on the first page of Airbnb platform. Now, if I was in your position, as I was not so long ago, I'd probably had three main questions. That'd be, how do you even know that you're on there 80% of the time? How did you get there? And how can I get there? And I got to tell you, I'm so excited to bring this to you because this is a superpower. If your competition is using this and you aren't, you're in trouble. If you're using it and they're not, they're in trouble. How do I know? Because I'm doing it. I've been on this for a year, and I'm going to show you guys what it means to have the intelligence teams, the data nerds, and Intellihost having your back and propelling you forward. Well, you got to do the work. They just help you point the right direction. So let's have a look at this. Let's have a look. There's a few parts to this, but the spine of it really is this booking funnel dashboard. Now, we're all aware of the idea of the funnel. There's kind of sieves. You go from one level down to the next. You've got to have impressions. You've got to be in search results. Then you've got to be on page one. And here it is, 81.77%. I can't even believe it myself. Like 2,000 impressions per week. So many people. Like when you're beginning, you're kind of like, is it my price? Is it my photos? Am I even in the search results? You search for yourself, you can't find yourself. Here it is, 2,000 times. You can put a number on it. You can sign up for this and you will know. This is the amazing thing. Then look at the difference between impressions and first page impressions. This is what my competition's doing. Without Intellihost, this is what I'm doing with it. Man, it's just black and white. It's right there. Then get from first page impressions, because the thinking is, I agree, you've got to be on the first page of the results. There's so many different results on the first page. People, Google, whatever the platform is, you want to be on the first page. Then you want to get clicked. And I'm getting clicked 58 times the week, and my competition was 57. Then nights booked. This red square just says that I'm just doing a little bit less than my competition, and I'm getting 5 nights booked. Now, when I did this just yesterday, that was at 10%, and that was at 17, and my competition was at 1. What a difference a day makes. I got a big booking or a booking, and then I've moved along a few days. So that's all good, right? That it's not even good. This is mind blowing. If your brain is not literally blown at seeing these statistics, not how good they are, but just the fact that they are there. Now, what gets you from what is it that impacts first page impressions? Right here, you just have to click on see recommendations, and the data nerds have got it all covered. They've got it here. The last 7 days, these are my rankings per day. It averages out to be 87% of the time I'm on page one. Now, review count. Look, my review count isn't even as good as my competition. My competition has more reviews generally than me. There's my reviews, there's theirs. On any given day, it shows how many reviews my general competition has and how many reviews I have. Review score here, 4.46 versus 4.95. Now, 4.46 is actually pretty lousy, and 4.95 is actually really good. But does the average person, when they look at a review, know the difference? I don't think so. But does the algorithm know the difference? Yes. Photo count 33. You got to have the photos, guys. There's so many people. They'll argue black and blue with me about I've only got 5 great shots and that's enough. Competition average photo 16, missing photo captions 0. Now down the bottom here are these opportunities. Now these you just tick these off yourself. So these are the opportunities to lift yourself up in impressions. You can't have a first page impression if you're not even on the page. Impressions is like page 1 to page 100 for any given search. And you want to be on page 1. Invite others to wish list your listing. And I'm really slack at this. I used to be very strong at this, and I've really slackened off. I need to lift my game there. Implement a last-minute pricing strategy. I just haven't ticked that off. I've already done that. Use dynamic pricing software. I do that. Reduce price for orphan gaps. I don't do that. That's those prices for, well, actually, I do it now. You've got a booking here, and you've got another booking here. You've got a little gap in between, right? Let's have a look here. This is an orphan gap right here. Now, this was a one-dayer. This is my month, right? I'm on the forums. Everyone's complaining bitterly they can't get a booking. These are my bookings, right? I did have a few gaps here I was a bit pissed off about. This is my booking for the month, right? That's next month. Got a few gaps here, but they will fill out. So they're orphan gaps. So anyway, whatever these strategies are here, they're here. The data nerds know how important they are, and they've got your backs, and they're telling you what you need to do. So let's come down here now to first page impressions. This is the big one for me, right? This is the big one for me. Like, let's look 7 days. This is the one that really gets me a lot of times, is I get the impressions. I'm really good at getting the impressions because I got great reviews. My communication is really on point. There's so many things behind the scenes in that, and I'm doing that well. But getting these clicks, this is the thing. This is, for most people, it's this leap here that's the hardest to make. And let's see what the recommendations are here from the guys. Review counts, score, superhost status. Are you a superhost? Yes. Exact location shown. I don't do that because I've got an aggressive council. I don't want those buggers knowing where I am. Photographs, guys, photographs. Let's have a look here. There's my listing here. I did a search of my area for a week in the coming months, right? There I am. There's my listing right there. So these are the things. Once somebody sees you and you're on the first page, we all know this is the information that they have to go on to decide if they're going to click on you, right? So there's a lot of things here. Like, by just moving here, you'll see that the location on the map moves. So they might have a friend down here, like down this end. Like, they may be visiting someone down near the bend in the river there. They're going to, right? This person here's got a bigger leg up than me. But they might be wanting to go to the city. So, somebody else down here has probably got a bit more of an opportunity than me. So you don't know. But what we do know, guest favorite. People love guest favorite. I'm a guest favorite. You can't decide to just click that on and off. So indirectly, you can't do anything about that. Photography, of course. Photography is super important, as is name. Now, let's look at the name here. Now, I shouldn't really be looking at my name because it's a pretty crappy name. I just changed it recently. It was worse. I used to have West End, blah, blah, blah. Wild Botanical. It was a name that I came up with, which I really was quite tied to and loved. But talking to the data nerds at Intellihost, they said, man, you got to ditch that. You just got to go with a name. The data is absolutely showing that names like this one here, Absolute Riverfront, West End, right? Half good. Absolute Riverfront, fantastic. West End, forget it. It's already here. Why take up this valuable real estate? Okay, let's have a look at these other ones here. Modern West End Self. Oh, what does that mean? That's not going to cause me. Is that going to cause me? Is that going to increase the chances that I'm going to click, right? Absolute Luxury. No. Hey, sorry. I'm no expert on absolute luxury, but that doesn't look like it to me, right? West End Abode. No. That's not going to change somebody's decision to click. Luxury. That's not luxury. That's my mum's bedroom, right? Now, these are what's cozy one bedroom. Why would you say that? One bedroom is the lowest number of bedrooms, right? So this one here, now look at this. These photographs, this is my competition, and these guys really piss me off because they've got big pools and beautiful views, right? So what do I do about that? In my listing, I pull out all of the things that they can't. They got to park downstairs, probably 2 floors underground, wait around for lifts, go up through the lifts. They got to go through security, through a lobby. Me, you just park out the front, you lob in, you're there. You walk out the door, you're at the shops. I have to tell that story, but we'll get to that in a moment with our listing. So let's come back to Intellihost. It's showing me here my competition's photographs. There's my photo. Now, I changed that recently to another photo, and it cost me $3,000. I'm going to show you that. It quantifies that. That's the amazing part. So come here. This is my competition's photography, right? And it's nothing special. It's nothing special at all. This one tells a bit of a story, but not really. Oh, what? Like, how is this person even getting booked? Why is someone booking with this photo? Who's booking these places, right? This is fantastic. It's such an opportunity for me, and I know it's an opportunity for you because this is an endemic problem. The difference between that photograph and that photograph is tens of thousands of dollars. And this cost me a couple of $100 with a professional photographer. So, yeah, stock photo from somewhere. Like, look at these photographs. Like, these are the ones that get me a little bit in the summer because I don't have access to a pool. Now, so here we are. Let's go back to our booking, the funnel. So what we have here, so we've got our clicks. Now we've got clicked. Let's go down and look at the nights booked. So here's my competition. We're back to 30 days now. In the last 30 days, I booked 28 days. My average competition booked 9.6. Let's see what the data guys say is important. Guest message required at checkout. People don't like this. People don't like these things. You may not even know what that means. If you don't know what that means and you don't know what to tick yes or no there, right? That's a lost opportunity that these guys will help you with. Do you have Instant Book? I don't. And there's lots of reasons for that. And I'm leaving money on the table because I know that if I turned that on, I would get more bookings. And what that means when I'm fully booked like this, do I need more bookings? Well, I can't take more bookings, right? What in reality, what it means is I can charge more. Additional guest fees, no. Do you have all caps warnings? No. Professional photography, yes. And then you can go down here and actually work your way through this checklist that the data guys know works. How do they know? Because they access to everyone's data. They started this off because they manage 100 properties or more than 100 properties themselves. They started off as an internal tool, just like ViewStats Pro for Mr. Beast and YouTube. It was something they developed for themselves, and then they decided that it was so powerful, we really have to share this, right? And make a few extra bucks, of course. So that is the bookings funnel, right? That's how it works. This is the secret sauce. This is power, right? Now, when you check on the affiliate link below, and if you do that, then that supports the channel. If you do go on to buy, then I do get a small payment over time. Now, you'll end up on a page and it's going to ask you if you want to do a free trial. Now, the free trial is for a month, but importantly, you don't have to put your credit card in. And I've got to tell you, that was such a breath of fresh air that these guys don't make you go through all that hassle and then you got to set a timer for a month. And then if you don't want it, you got to turn it all off. No, these guys will set you up, get you going. Then you've got two options to either pay for the month, pay monthly or pay yearly. And it's like $19 a month US or $15 a month US if you pay by the year. I'm a tight bugger, and I signed up for the month, and then just a month later, because after a month of trialing, you only have this much data, and I've got a whole year of data, and there is a big difference. There is a difference between that. You'll see this, and you'll come up with lots of ideas, but the difference between me being on the first page 20% of the time and 80% of the time is me being on this platform for a year and me looking at these statistics every Monday. Every Monday for all my listings, I look at the data on Intellihost. And that gives me the edge that my competition doesn't have. And if you're in South Brisbane, just ignore all of this and just keep doing what you're doing. But if you're anywhere else, you're leaving real money on the table. Now, I'm not going to go into too much of this because I'm doing other videos on these other within Intellihost, but here's one that is just so amazing. So what I did is this tracks your changes. So if you go in here, stay classy. These are the changes that I made on this listing just recently after a call. We decided we were going to test a new photograph. And if I had stuck with that, this is what it would have cost me, minus $3,000 for changing my photograph from the one that I had to the new one, which was of the kitchen. So within a couple of weeks, I had the data, and I knew that this is before and after. The blue line there is the change. The click rates, right? Click rates, first page impressions, and booking rate. Now, a lot of this stuff, you need to give it enough time to run its course. But a lot of times I'll do new photos, and this is the difference. It quantifies it so you can actually see what difference it takes. What it means, though, is that you need to make one change at a time. And that's what you need discipline to do that. You need discipline to only make one change, leave it a couple of weeks, see the difference, and then move on. Now, if I haven't blown your mind, then you're really hard to impress. And I must admit, I am very easy to impress. But this sort of shit, 80% of the time being on first page, like that does my head in. But the very fact that I know it does my head in, right? So in 3 months, it was down. It's 50% over 3 months. And there's reasons for that, mostly because I just wasn't available. So there we go, guys. Affiliate link is down in there. If you use that, you also get 20% off, right? So if you don't use the link, that price, you do use the link, take 20% off. You're going to love this product. It is amazing. Give it a go. You will not look back. And hunt me down. Find me on B&B Ninja. Reach out. Tell me what's happened. Tell me how it went for you, because I'd love to know.